Hey everyone, welcome! So today, we're diving into one of the most powerful tools out there, the webinar. But we're not just talking about hosting a simple presentation. Nope. We are going to break down the exact strategic system for turning your viewers into actual paying customers step by step.
So, let's be real for a second. Have you ever poured your heart and soul into a webinar, got a great turnout, the chat was buzzing, only to hear absolute crickets when you made your offer? It is the most frustrating feeling, right? You know you delivered amazing value, but the sales just didn't happen.
Well, the fix for that frustration is what we call a webinar funnel. See, it's not just a one-off event, it's a complete strategic system. This is the missing piece that takes a potential customer on a journey all the way from sign-up to purchase, and it's designed to give you predictable, reliable results.
So here's our blueprint for today. First, we'll talk about what to do before you even go live. Then we'll cover how to structure the presentation itself. After that, how to seal the deal. And finally, how to put it all together into an automated machine that works for you. All right, let's dive into phase one. Success really starts long before you ever hit that Go Live button. This is all about building an eager audience by getting the right people in the door and making them genuinely excited to be there. Everything, and I mean everything, starts right here. A really common mistake is making a webinar that's just too generic. Instead of trying to cover a huge topic, you need to get laser-focused on a single, urgent problem that your ideal customer is desperate to solve. Your webinar has to promise a clear, tangible result for that one specific pain point.
And that promise, it really comes to life on your sign-up page. This page is your first conversion point. Your title needs to scream benefit, not just topic. You got to have clear bullet points that spell out exactly what they're going to get out of it. Keep the form super simple, name and email, that's it. And finally, you want to sprinkle in some trust elements, like testimonials to show them you know your stuff.
And here's what that difference looks like in action. A 90-minute webinar. Okay, that's a feature. That's what it is. But discover the method to double your online sales in 90 minutes? Now that is a benefit. That's what it's going to do for them. You have to lead with the benefit, always. Now, once they sign up, the work isn't over. It's just getting started. Your pre-webinar email sequence is absolutely vital for making sure people actually show up. First, you send that confirmation link immediately. Then you start building anticipation with little teasers or case studies. And critically, you send reminders to maximize that live attendance rate. Okay, now for the main event, the presentation itself. This isn't just about teaching. It's about structuring your teaching in a way that guides your audience naturally from all the value you're providing right to the sale.
A webinar that really converts follows a proven formula. You start with about 10 to 15 minutes just to build empathy and credibility. Then comes the meat of it, 30 to 40 minutes of pure, actionable value. But the real magic happens in the next 5 to 10 minutes. That's where you seamlessly transition from your content right into your offer.
And that transition, it is everything. I mean, the biggest mistake you can possibly make is to finish teaching and then, bam, just switch into a hard sales pitch. It feels so jarring and awkward. Your offer needs to feel like the logical, helpful next step for people who want to go deeper and get faster results. So how do you make that offer feel like a complete no-brainer? Well, it needs to be carefully engineered to drive immediate action. An irresistible offer isn't just about your product. It's all about the psychology. You need 3 key things. First, you create urgency with exclusive, time-sensitive bonuses. This taps into FOMO, the fear of missing out. Second, you completely reverse their risk with a money-back guarantee. And third, you build unshakable trust with powerful testimonials and social proof. Okay, this is huge. Please don't make the mistake of thinking the sale is over when the webinar ends. A massive percentage of sales happen in the days that follow. Your post-webinar follow-up is how you capture all those people who were still on the fence.
This follow-up sequence is basically a masterclass in overcoming hesitation. Day 1 is simple. Send the replay and remind them of the special offer. Day 2 is where the magic happens. You proactively answer the big questions and objections you know they have. Day 3, you layer on even more social proof. And Day 4 creates a clear decision point with a final call, using urgency to close that loop.
So when you combine all of these pieces, the pre-webinar hype, the structured presentation, the irresistible offer, and that strategic follow-up, you're not just running an event anymore. You're building exactly what this says, a highly effective, repeatable sales machine.
So let's just zoom out for a second. The real goal here isn't just one perfect webinar. It's about building a funnel that you can run again and again.
It becomes a predictable, reliable sales asset for your entire business.
So let's do a quick recap of the whole process. First, you attract the right people with a very clear promise. Then, you deliver incredible value in a structured way. You make them an offer they just can't refuse. You follow up systematically, and crucially, you test and optimize every single step to keep improving your results over time.
And here it is, the ultimate takeaway. This entire system is about moving away from what I call hope-based marketing, where you just cross your fingers and hope a webinar does well, and moving toward a predictable process that generates revenue for your business like clockwork.
So we've laid out the entire blueprint for you. The only thing left to do is take action. Looking at this whole system, what is the one piece you can focus on and implement first? Are you going to craft that benefit-driven title, or maybe structure your presentation, or will you build out that follow-up sequence? The journey starts with that very first step.